Okay. What's your name?
Jose Gonzalez.
What branch of the military were you in?
United States Marine Corps.
What company?
I was part of 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines, Fox Company, 3rd Platoon.
What did you enjoy doing in your childhood?
Playing lots of sports, basketball, football, so like any boy. You know.
What was your childhood nickname?
I had a couple of nicknames when I was in high school. One was Schmoze. The other one was Beaner, which I didn't find offensive, but I liked it. Cuervo.
Did you enjoy school, and what was your favorite subject?
I did enjoy school, and my favorite subject was, I liked math a lot.
Did you have a childhood pet?
I had a dog when I was a kid. His name was Sam. He was a little cocker spaniel.
What did your parents do to support the family?
My dad worked on cars, and my mother did a couple of odd jobs. But later on, she worked for the DMV.
How was your life like before the military?
Carefree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I knew what the military was, but I didn't understand it. I wasn't looking to go into the military. I just wanted to go to school, college, and so on and so forth. Live that kind of life.
You've been alone.
So you were like a teenager during when the World Trade Centers happened. Like, were you scared?
I was a senior. Yes, I was scared, yeah. I was also angry.
Yeah, is that why you wanted to join the military?
Yeah.
For far too long.
Okay. So you were how old when you joined?
I was 19.
Okay. And then what years did you serve in the military?
From March of 2003 to April of 2010. My mom was not happy, to say the least. She wanted me to finish school and go to college, but I wasn't doing so well in school, so I figured I'd do the military thing, give that a shot. So I did it quietly. I didn't tell nobody I was going to do it. I just kind of did it under the radar. And when I had finally signed and done all the paperwork, I had a book that had Marine Corps regulations. I kind of set it out on the coffee table, left it there. Came home and my dad was like, "What's that book for?" And I'm like, I joined the Marine Corps. He was like, what was he going to say? So he was like, whatever you want to do. And you just got to break it to your mom. And my mom obviously is the one that took it the hardest. Because obviously mom and dad want something different for the children to go off and fight wars, you know. And at that time, you know, that's when all the wars were kicking up in the first place.
Let it show the pain I've grown to know. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home. I reach towards the sky, I've said my goodbyes, my heart so.
In the military service.
It was quite a journey, I could say that. There was lots of good times, lots of bad times, lots of hard times. But you know, in the end, I don't regret anything I ever did. Training?
Yeah.
What can you call it? Put on your knees a little. There you go. That way it's easier for you to fall over. You can pull back and 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus. Every day, right? Ruth's got a handful of Lugo ass. Everybody knows that. Alright, the rest is all you. You got it. You got it. But you got right to his head. He'll fall from right here. Get the windowsill to the right. Get the windowsill to the right. Go! Help him! That'd be better way to go. Hey, watch him. Yeah, watch him. Get ready to catch him. Your rifle's caught. Just hold up on that rifle. There. Fall from right there.
Running 10 miles with all our gear on, everybody's dying, you know. But at the end, you know, you hate it when you're doing it, but at the end you reflect on it, it's like, man, that was a good time. Hard, tough. I hated it at the time, but I needed it. You know, at the end, you keep doing it. You build your repetition, build your muscle memory. You learn it, and it just stays in your toolbox, is what we call it. Put this in your toolbox and keep it in there, you know, in the back. You know. So we learned a lot of skills, a lot of things that that were useful, but sucked. Doing them, training them, you know, until we had to use them. It's like, I'm glad I knew that. I'm glad I remember that. I'm glad I trained doing that.
Where were you stationed throughout your service in the military?
Camp Pendleton out in California for a little bit. 29 Palms, which is also in California. Did a couple of workups in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Did an AT out in Africa, and, you know, did a couple of deployments, you know, and so on and so forth. But mostly California and North Carolina.
What specific tasks were you assigned in the military?
Well, it depends on where you start. When I started, I was the new guy, so the new guy gets the jobs at the bottom of the totem pole. So being a Lance Corporal, you know, I was a machine gunner. You know, I was part of the team, was led by a team leader, pretty much did what he told me to do. But as you progress in your career or your stints, you move up the chain of command. So you move to a team leader. I was a team leader for a while. I had 3 Marines with me as my team. Then you move up to squad leader. I was squad leader for a while, and that's when you have a couple teams under you. For a while there at the end, before I left, I was a platoon sergeant, so I had the platoon with me.
A lot.
Yeah, platoon is quite a few guys.
Welcome to the famous Westgate ECP-5. All incoming traffic of Fallujah comes through. This is the first checkpoint, the most forward. So we'll be the first ones to get blown up. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Show you around, see what we do. So yeah, here. That's my my baby right there, my 240. Got all my bulletproof glass. As you can see from that window right there, it's well used, and right there, and right there, it is bulletproof. Come out here. That freaking hottie running around. That's what we do all day long. Got IP with one of our Marines down there. He'd just be chilling, checking cars and badges. And there's a lot of vehicles through here every day. A lot. It's pretty weird. Yeah, pretty fun, eh? Not really. Is that one going to blow up? No, it won't. There is a Haji in it, which is also an old man. A little food for thought. See, he kicks him out and he's got to go to the personnel line. Stupid man.
It's 60-some rounds.
Box 3 Delta.
And we're still digging.
4.
Right there.
Send it.
Long way to go.
EOD
And we
set up Oz.
are all sweaty as muck.
Hey, Roger, it's Delta
Okay.
1. Link up with EOD
that
and
shit.
bring them down to the site over here.
And there's a happy engineer right there.
Roger.
Which way do I hold it?
Here we are, balls deep in a cache sweep, awaiting the biggest explosion the world has ever seen. Decades have passed, possibly millennia, without an explosion this large. Since the tectonic plates were shifting when the world was a primordial ooze, there has never been such a large explosion as this. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good opening. Really hope I don't get hit with shrapnel after that big long speech.
He said there's like 1,000 pounds of explosives.
We found the WMDs.
What did you do in your downtime? If you had any?
Yeah, read letters from home. Those were one of the best things to do. You get the big care packages and got M&Ms and beef sticks and seeds and stuff like that. So you can play around. Sometimes they'd send footballs and gloves. So we could be playing baseball if we could. But a lot of reading. I read a lot of books. It's always hurry up and wait. So when you're waiting, that's when you got time to read. And we would call them interpreters for us. They would talk to us, talk for us. We'd talk to them and then they'd talk to them. Obviously, you hang around these people for so long, and we did a lot of classes. You pick up phrases, sentences that you can speak. I could hold a conversation with an Iraqi back then if I wanted to, which was pretty amazing because it's one of the harder languages to learn. But most of those people that got really good at it, but I could hold my own, that's for sure. But yeah, we had Turks with us most of the time. They'd come around with us and talk for us. Those some decent memories. I remember one time when we just got back from a mission off patrol, and these trucks that we got, these 7 tons, are really big. And someone wasn't paying attention, took a tumble backwards, and it just looked funny. He was okay. It just looked funny. The lady rolled off, and kind of like, no, you know. It was funny because, you know, you're tense from the patrol, you know, and it kind of just lightened the mood when we got back to the base. You know. Memories of being scared, you know, like getting orders, bombs are coming in, everybody's screaming, ah! We're all looking for cover, and then our lieutenant comes out and is like, what are you guys doing, you idiots? They're over your heads and past you, get up. It's like, oh, well, we didn't know. We were new to this stuff, you know, it was the second tour, I think.
Drop that hammer.
Yeah, we were one of the largest firefights of the American-Iraqi War. You know, it was I don't know if it's still one of the biggest, but it was at the time. Before Fallujah. So Fallujah was one of the biggest, but this firefight lasted for like 6 hours.
Made it through, yeah. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you.
We just got back from, it was November 12th, 2004. Right before my 21st birthday. And we're coming back from patrol. And we were ready to go to bed because this is our rest period. We didn't get a lot of sleep. We were supposed to go to sleep and take our clothes up, you know. All of a sudden, boom, boom, you know, a couple mortars hit, and it's like, nah. By then we were used to it already. It's like, oh, this mortar's coming in, but no. It was a little more consistent. Sometimes you start hearing the RPGs and, you know, around. So we called the station.
We just had an RPG impact right next to us. Go!
We come upstairs, and like I said, this thing raged for 6 hours just straight, non-stop fighting. And in the end, we figured out that through intel later discovered that we should have had earlier from somebody else, that these guys had been planning this for like a month. They wanted to take the platoon and kill us all. Not that they could, but we obviously showed that they couldn't. But there was like 100, I think they said upwards to 130 of them surrounded us. not group of 19, you know, 1920 Marines, because we had a squad in the rear that was, you know, on R&R, which was rest and relaxation, rest and refit. And that was another scary one, you know, it's like, man, we're running low on ammo, we can't get a QRF in because they're getting hammered out on the roads, Humvees are blowing up, you know, they're bringing people in off the streets, you know, Marines are just bloody, you know, and they can't get this ammo to us, we're running low on ammo.
Walked out right in front of the orange sign and started shooting at us.
Throwing whatever we have at them, and they're coming just as hard. But finally, I mean, they finally got us some, so that was a relief, but still, it's non-stop. Bombs going off, rockets going off. It was scary, because you could, they were right, you know, right there. You could see them, they were shooting at you, you're shooting at them. I want to kill you, you're going to try to kill you, you know. Kill because you gotta live, you know. There was some bad stuff that happened that day.
How did your military service affect your marriage or personal relationships?
It affected me in good and bad ways. I mean, those bad ways because there's stuff that you do and see that it affects you for life, you know. And if you take it negatively, like I did in the beginning, it hurts your life with your family. You just gotta work through it, and usually most people prevail. You know, you hear the stories of the guys that go crazy and stuff like that. You know, I feel for them because I know what they went through. But in the end, I think it was a good thing that I did it. You know, I wouldn't have seen a lot of things that I saw, done a lot of things I would have done. Learned a lot of, you know, courage, all that stuff. Yeah, I could have courage back here at home, but not the kind of courage that I had and I built when I was over there. A lot of integrity, you know, so on and so forth. There's an honor that being with the Marine, being a Marine, comes with it. And those are kind of instilled in you throughout your Marine Corps career, or whatever military branch you serve in, but for me, it's the Marine Corps. That's another thing when coming back. It's like you were with these guys for so long; they understand what you're going through. You know, they're your brothers in arms. You know, they saw the same things you did. You come home to a loving family, obviously, but you know they don't understand what you saw. You're trying to talk to them, explain it to them, and you're talking to them a certain lingo they don't know, and they're just shaking their head like, yeah, you know, just trying to be nice, right? It's like. And you just get frustrated because you know they don't know what you're saying, you know? But you have to talk to somebody, and sometimes there wasn't nobody there to talk with. That's why a lot of these guys with PTSD crack up, because there's nobody to talk to. What do I do now?
Yeah.
I work for the Sheriff's Department as a corrections officer.
Did you touch with anyone you served with?
Yeah. A couple friends. I mean, just, you know, you come out of it when you're done with lifetime friends, pretty much brothers. You know. You may not talk to each other very often, but when you do, you always, it's like you just talked to each other recently. And remember all the good times, you know, what we did, and so on and so forth. You don't forget about each other. I was excited to be home, exhilarated, you know. Obviously, because, you know, my first son was on the way. I was coming home to my mom, my dad, my sister, and that. But once you realize, like I told you guys before, there was always the adrenaline pump, you know, you're adrenaline for so long, for months, you're always pumped up. And when you get home, there's that excitement to pump you up, so it's like, you kind of miss it. And then some people start having memories, you know, bad dreams, visions, you know, it started affecting me. Not right away at first, but, you know, I'd see images in my head, stuff that I saw that nobody should see, but and that's why I was sad. Like I said at first, there was bad times and it was good times. And at first, when I came home for the first time, there was a lot of bad times. A lot of stuff went through my head. I had to see somebody for help. I'm not afraid to admit that. You know, some people are. Some people don't want to go and get help. They think they can take care of themselves. And at first, that's what I thought, but I realized I couldn't because I was going on the wrong path. So I needed somebody to help me, and I found that help through the VA. And like I said, between my two tours, the first one was a nightmare.
Why do you think the conflicts that our military face today are different than the conflicts you faced? Or do you think they're the same? I think that's a tough question.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, because you're in the latest war, so...
Yeah, but, my point of view of this war, it's tougher in different aspects than what to say like World War II was. World War II was tough because, the things that they had back then. I can't say what it would be like because I wasn't in the boots. But today, nowadays, our enemy does not have a uniform like they did back then. Their uniform is a casual day's clothes, what they wear over there. You don't even know who they are. So you just got to keep an open mind, an open eye, and make sure you're looking for certain things. So they could be walking down the street along with everybody else and be wearing the same thing. And whereas back then they had thousands of troops on the other side of the lines wearing uniforms, you know who you were gunning for. Over here, it was for our war, it's more guerrilla tactics that they used, using IEDs, bombs. Not to say that they didn't use bombs like that back then, but more so now than back then. Suicide stuff, suicide trucks, suicide vests. That's why you got to keep an open eye, watch out for those guys. And it's like I said, it's the 360 war. You have to keep your eyes open. It can be anywhere. At one point, you're trying to win the hearts and minds of the people there, while also, keeping yourself alive. So that's a little more difficult in that aspect, But we do have a lot of better stuff, like our bases had like showers and stuff like that. Good, decent food, MREs, so on and so forth. Better equipment, I think, We were well equipped for like the environment.
Yeah, that is true. Like, do you think like your vehicles, do you think they're different too?
What's that?
Your vehicles, like tanks and...
Oh, they're definitely a lot different, a lot better now than they were back then.
Do you think it was necessary, or do you think it was...
Well, I think it was necessary, to a point, but not to where we're at right now, where we're stuck in one war. We just got done with one war for 8 years, and we're stuck in another war that's been going on for 10 years. And if you look at the newspapers and the news and what's going on in the world events today, it's not any better than when we first got there. They hate us even more now than they did before. When you have a U.S. Army staff sergeant go out and murder 17 people, it doesn't look good on us. The actions of one person affect the actions of the whole body, the military. Whether I help build a school someplace, they're going to look at the fact that this guy killed 17 guys and bundle me in with them. They don't care about the school. In 04, 05, there was a lot of fighting, and the vote happened, That was a big thing once that was accomplished, and there wasn't a lot of bloodshed, to be honest with you. That was a major accomplishment. Whereas something like that in 2007, 2008, that was kind of the norm, there was still a lot of sectarian violence going on, almost like a civil war going on. And a lot of those people died, but not as much so as in 2004, 2005. On my second deployment, I was a squad leader, and we did a lot more like public relations, they would say. Granted, we're fully guarded, we have machine guns, so obviously they're going to talk to us no matter what. But they were more friendly towards us. We helped open a couple schools. We got our schools back here to send supplies to their schools, so we handed out school supplies to the kids. We took pictures of that, it was great. These kids they're excited. Handed out food, candy. We opened up a water treatment plant so they can get water, fresh water. We just got that going. We helped. We trained. We helped train a couple of the Iraqi police. They had a big base all around those areas. We'd go there and train with them. We started up a range for them. Like I said, it was a lot different the second time around. I don't think I fired one shot on my rifle besides at the range the second time around. We're not saying that we'd still get hurt or get hit. Some people didn't make it, obviously, but it was a lot different, that's for sure. Second time around. A lot nicer. to put it in easy terms, it was a lot nicer. Still tough, still hard, but by then we had established ourselves there. We had bases everywhere, And obviously we're not there anymore, but I think we did a decent job. with what we had.